What's good, YouTube? My name is Draco, and I'm back again with another banger. But today is gonna be more on the serious end. Um, I had to be honest with myself. I wasn't unlucky. I was moving wrong. It allowed me to explain myself. For a long time, I thought I just needed to make more money, more opportunities, and more support. But if I'm being real right now, I needed to be more disciplined. And this might be the most uncomfortable thing to say for myself, but truthfully, I think I was the biggest problem, my own biggest problem. Now, let me explain what moving wrong looks like. Let's talk about first trying too many things at once and not really locking in on one thing specifically for a extended amount of time so that you actually see some development. Um, that was my problem. I did a lot of trying new things, getting new ideas, and trying to find new ways to make money and fully scale myself to that point where I want to be at in life. But with all that being said, it's unmanageable without structure. And I wouldn't recommend anybody that's at that stage of life, the early stages or the early days, quote unquote, by Virgil Abloh, Virgil. But you need to lock in on one thing specifically. So, like, if your thing is content, focus on content. If your thing is real estate, focus on real estate. If your thing is trading, focus on trading. Don't don't try too many things at once because your brain's gonna get scattered, and then some days you're gonna have to do one or the other, and then you're gonna be stressed out because you can't really focus on one of them things at the same time, you know? And chasing validation is one of the biggest things as well. Being validated by other people, showing people that you actually putting the work in, that's moving. Like, you don't need to do that. And I was doing that. And I feel like it's not like you don't have, like, generally you do not have to do that at all. You don't need any validation from anybody. You don't need no approval. You don't need no say so, nobody's opinion on what you're doing or what you want to do. Just do it. Just do it while nobody's watching, nobody's looking at you, nobody even thinking about you. Most of the time, nobody even cares about what you're doing. So do the things that you want to do, because at the end of the day, the only person that's gonna want to be successful for you is your fucking self. Always remember that shit. Another thing, getting distracted by women. I am personally a guy that was referenced as the lover boy at one point of my life. Actually, it's been sort of recently, but I had to come to that realization that I can't be in a relationship with a girl. It doesn't make any sense for my life right now, and it kind of distracts me from what I've been wanting to do because I'm putting so much energy into this woman besides my business, and you don't want that to happen. So I'll avoid, if you can, avoid getting into relationships with people that don't understand your dreams and aspirations. Getting in a relationship with a woman that supports you, fully supports you, and want to see you win in life is one of the rarest things you could find in this generation. And that's why I always say it's better off you just go off and just do your own thing until you could find that one for yourself and you could be comfortable in your situation financially, spiritually, mentally, physically, everything. Another thing that I want any viewer, I don't care how many views this video get. This video can get 100, 1,000, or even 100,000 to 1,000,000. Anybody that steps in, like, watch this video while they're eating or whatever. If you have aspirations and you want to do different things, so, like, let's put this in perspective, y'all. So let me stop rambling. Let's say John Doe, he want to do a clothing brand. He want to be a content creator, but he also want to be a streamer, or it can go to a hand. But third, he want to be a trader. He want to make money from stocks, and then he also want to do real estate. That's 5 different main pillar lanes that he's trying to do all at once. You can't put that all together. You need to do one singular thing that's going to work out so that one day you can let off this one thing and you can start the other things one by one until you have 5 assets that's going to produce you money. And then it'll be all the things that you ever wanted to do. But you have to focus on one thing first. I was so busy I was so busy back then doing these 5 different things I told y'all, but I wasn't focused. I was grinding, but I was never mastering anything. And more so, I say I looked productive, but deep down, I knew I wasn't disciplined and I didn't have any structure, and that's why everything came down with it. And with all these things being said, it all led to one thing: being inconsistent. When you're being inconsistent in the things that you want to do, you will never achieve your goals and aspirations ever. And and I mean this wholeheartedly. If you have a goal in mind that you want to do, inconsistency you will never ever, I bet you 99% of the time, you will never achieve that goal being inconsistent. So having too many lanes which will lead to inconsistency in either one of those lanes. If you want to be a clothing brand owner, but you got to make videos, uh, when you got to make videos, but you got to stream every night, but you got to check the stock market, but you got to check the stock market. You also got to look into houses as well. That's a lot of shit to do in one day. One of these things alone will take up your whole entire day. Doing all 5 of these in one day is unfucking realistic at all. You cannot do that. But the only way you could do that, truthfully, is if you mastered one of these things and you could micromanage all these other things and delegate and have other people manage these things, and you're the said owner of those things, and they're producing you money. And which lead to all this inconsistency is by wanting fast results. In this day and age, everybody's starting to really get tapped in with internet money, so we'll say, or just in general, just being able to sit at home and make money online. It's getting very saturated in every market. The AI business, YouTube, streaming, real estate, everything is getting oversaturated. But that doesn't mean you don't have a chance. 90% of people want fast results because they see online these Instagram and Twitter gurus posting this bullshit, telling people that they can make $10,000 to $30,000 a month doing whatever they doing in a short amount of time. That's far from the truth. Your favorite YouTuber didn't start making money until 2 to 3 fucking years later, maybe even 5 years later. But guess what? They stuck around. And they did it. That's the one thing that's going to separate you from 99% of the other people. Not wanting fast results, you looking more long term. Instead of looking from 6 months from now, look from 5 years from now. Imagine posting a video a day for 5 years versus somebody posting for 6 months straight and then quitting because they didn't get the results they wanted. You see what I'm saying? And that's another thing. I don't want people to follow what other people's doing, chasing the rat race and doing shit like that's gonna keep you in the limelight because everybody's talking about it. If you're gonna do content, do whatever you feel like you're most comfortable talking about instead of doing what is trending right now. Because I'm telling you, what's trending today won't be trending tomorrow or next week or next month. There's always new things getting developed every single day, and you have to set the trend for yourself. That's like the main thing, bro. So with that being said, I made a decision. It's not a motivated decision by any means, but it's a standard decision that anybody can learn from me and take from this video. That you need to sit down with yourself and have that conversation with yourself and realize what you're doing wrong and how you could change your life. With that being said, I made the decision. I cut off 4 main pillars that I wanted to do, even real estate for right now. I'm going to stick with YouTube. This is the only thing I'm going to be doing for a very long time until I see some success, because I'm tired trying new things and the shit's not working out, and I keep trying to look for that validation and my pops always told me, when you master one thing, everything else follows with it. Everything else you wanted to do in this life, once you master one thing, everything else follows with it. And another thing that I accepted in this journey is that I'm going to be alone, which means I was in a relationship, but I had to break it off. for the better. For both of us, actually. For both of us. I'm going to be okay with being alone for a very, very long time until I get to the point where I feel comfortable to hop into a relationship and I won't feel like they're dragging me down. I'm okay with the boring repetitiveness of posting videos, editing videos, and thinking of ideas, writing scripts. And also another thing that's a big thing that happened in my life since starting content. I'm okay with not looking cool, so to say, or being corny because I'm doing what I want to do. A dude genuinely came up to me. He said, "Yo, bro, I seen your content. Yeah, bro, I kind of think that shit corny." I was like, "Okay, bro, that's you. That's you. You think that." So any young fella trying to do YouTube, bro, be okay with looking corny, because a lot of people in this day in life, they don't achieve their dreams because they scared to fail and look corny or any bullshit like that, bro. I also stopped asking myself what feels good today. What do I genuinely feel like doing? Instead, I start asking myself what builds me long term and what's gonna build me to that point where I could start building these assets around the main thing. There's one more thing I want to say to y'all. There's 5 main things I want to tell y'all today. Focus beats speed 100% of the time. Discipline beats talent. Peace beats chaos. Consistency beats hype. And execution beats complaining. So don't sit there and talk about what you're going to do. Don't sit there and plan all day. Don't sit there and try to, oh, I don't know if this is going to work. Don't doubt yourself. Don't let people come into your life and doubt you, what you're doing, and give their secondhand opinion that like it really matters. Just do it. You don't need more time. You need more structure. Bro, you don't need no more motivation. You don't need no more tutorials. You don't need no more fucking workarounds and methods and all that bullshit. You need more standards, my nigga. You need more action. But I'm gonna finish this off, man. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, for the early day people that's coming into my YouTube and seeing me for the first time, if this is your first time ever seeing me, just know this won't be the end. And I'm gonna look back on this video 5 years from now, maybe, and realize, bro, at this time right now, I'm not perfect, but I'm not moving wrong anymore. I'm tired of the bullshit, bro, and you should be as well if things applies. But man, with all that being said, peace.